Welcome back to the channel. Heading over to the shop right now to remove the rest of my tools out of the semi-trailer and then put them in the shop after I clean them. Let's go over there right now and get this done and get rid of this semi-trailer. Just got finished unloading the semi-trailer and I threw the 2 spare wheels and tires inside the semi-trailer. She is completely empty. I haven't seen it like this. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen it like that. So all my tools are now on my 2-car trailer and I have them strapped down. It's a short journey, but yeah, look at my press right here. This is what I'm super pumped about. And I have my super big TIG welder over there. I need to fix that air compressor. So there is some stuff that needs to be done, and need to clean some stuff up. Also parts washer and my tire machine. So we are getting there, and yeah, there's gonna be some cleaning in this video and some moving, heavy lifting, but all in all, I should have all this stuff close to being set up by the end of it, or at least in the shop, and I won't have to ever see my semi-trailer again. Goodbye, semi-trailer, bye-bye. Didn't do a time lapse, but I did get all the tools offloaded, and it now the space is full again. So what I need to do is this welder is so huge, but this is the welder, the engine / welding table. What I'm gonna do is put that over there where it's supposed to be, next to the MIG. I'm probably going to get rid of these totes, put the TIG right there, then leave the MIG there, the bender there, and then all those totes will just be gone, and then the table is gonna go right next to it. I think that's a good spot. The press itself is gonna go right here. I'm gonna try it out right there, see how I like it. And then the parts washer guy right there, I'm gonna put it right there since the drain is there, and then I could drain it out into the drain, so that'll work really well. And the tire machine will probably go next to the press right here, and the air compressor will probably just be over there in the corner. So, or I could have it over in that corner, but I'd have to move some tires. So I think over here in this corner would probably be all right, but I'm gonna have to move some stuff out of the way, and instead of just kind of throwing it up or throwing it around and just moving it out of the way, I'll probably just put it in spots. So these VR4 bumpers, I need to take pictures of them because I'm going to sell both those, and then I can throw them up on that shelf. I'll throw all those totes up on that shelf. All those are empty totes, just for future use. I used to have Audi parts in them, but then I put the Audi back together. So all those totes, I'll just stick under that rack because that's what that rack is designated for, is totes. And just kind of go from there and try to get all this stuff cleaned up as much as I can. Try to get the table over there, get the welder over there. I need to clean the welder up. I want to look inside of it. The mice kind of took over the whole semi-trailer. So the blasting cabinet had a huge mouse nest in it. I didn't pressure wash it. I just used a hose and washed it out. So that was, it's weird, they get everywhere. So I want to open the side of this welder, make sure that there isn't a huge nest in there, because there's a lot of electricity going through there. There's arcs and stuff happening inside of it. I don't want a huge fire because there's a mouse nest in it. So just, it's only a few bolts, pull the cover, inspect it. If there's anything in there, I'll probably vacuum it out. And then I need to just clean everything, put it back together. All these, you know, lines and wires and all that stuff is just dirty. So I want to get it all clean, ready to go. I need to get a new tote. This is the cooling system for the welder, and the bottom of this, it fell down. The tote got cracked, so I need to go to Walmart, find a similar size tote, because this just sits on top of it, and then I could fill it back full of coolant, stick it on top of the welder, and then the TIG will be ready to use. I need to buy a cup for it because I just have one for aluminum. I haven't used this thing in a long time. So when I did get it, I was just learning how to weld, and now I'm proficient at welding. I'm not great, but I sometimes could lay down some beads. So we'll get back to work and get all this stuff cleaned up. I'm probably not gonna do time lapse because it'll be boring, but I'll hopefully the next time you see this stuff, this table, the welder, Most of the stuff is in actual spots. I'm having an issue figuring out where to put this stuff right here. The floor is really uneven, so pretty much past the TIG welder, you can't stick anything because it's like curved in almost, and then there's a drain right there. So I plan on putting the parts washer right in that corner right there because the drain's right there, but I don't think I can stick too much stuff right here, so I may just use this corner right here is like a hood and just random stuff that I can't find a spot for. Maybe wheels and tires, not exactly sure. But I did decide that the MIG and the TIG are really good right there. I was gonna put them right here, but then I was thinking, and since the tables do have wheels on them and they roll, I could just pull the tables out when I need them instead of just having them taking up space all the time. So pretty much this is how the tables are gonna be. And then when I use them, I could pull them out, use them, put them back. And I think that'll be a really effective way to save space and have a nice big table to use. So I have the one table right there. It is for rebuilding engines and welding, and this is a dedicated transmission table. So I do have some stuff on them, and I am still cleaning. The MIG is pretty much ready to go. The TIG I am cleaning up. Everything was pretty grimy, so the foot controls, I still need to clean all the wires to that and the controls, and then the pump itself for the TIG torch cooler, I need to still clean that. And good thing that I use coolant in it, or it would be bad. Another thing I was thinking about is so the press and the tire machine, I was thinking about putting the press in this area right here, but then I decided that that area right there would probably be best for the engine hoist. Fold it up, I could have the engine hoist there, and then the press and the tire machine can go by the door, because there is this weird spot that I found. Well, it's there. It's like when you're coming in, it is kind of a weird angle because there's this sidewalk right here, and so it has like this weird thing right here, but the tire machine right there, because there's the arm on it to brake the tires, that would be almost perfect, because that's kind of a weird thing anyway. And then I'll have it by the door. It won't be taking up any space, because that is pretty much like unused space. It would be useless because it's kind of a triangle anyway. So I think that and the press next to each other will be really good. And then the air compressor, I'm not sure where I'm going to put the air compressor. I might stick it next to the parts washer. I think the floor is flat enough there to put it there, and everything. I did put the vacuum cleaner, the pressure washer, and the Bissell. This is going to be their little area right there, so they're not in the way. The hose stuff's right there. I need to get a spool or reel for the hose, and then I can roll the hose up. The hose is kind of crappy. It kinks a lot. I don't know what it is with hoses, but I have bad luck with them. So I am glad that all that stuff is in here and out of the semi-trailer and starting to get cleaned up. I cleaned the press, and I need to put the pump on it. I found the pump. I found it. I don't know what I just did with it. Oh, so it's right there. So this is the pump that was rebuilt, and it's ready to go back on the press. So this thing is a monster, and yeah, it's a monster. So this is the press that I've been missing for so long. I definitely love this press. It does everything, because I rebuild trannies, engines, all that stuff, rear differentials, transfer cases, and stuff that I'm like in my projects. I used to do it for like actual people and work on their cars, but I don't do that anymore because it's just kind of a pain. So this tool, if you guys don't have a really good press, the Harbor Freight presses, after you use a really good press, you'll see what I'm talking about. They change your life. So the other thing about this thing is the Harbor Freight ones don't do this, I don't think, but it has rollers and it slides back and forth, so you can position it where you want it instead of having to, you know, the setup stuff. It's kind of a pain. One thing I want to do this press though is I want to put something on the bottom of it, maybe like a net or something, because every time I press something out, it most of the times it just like rockets out, hits the floor, bounces, who knows where. Half the time you lose it, and everything. So I want to put something so it'll catch it, and I think a net will do really well, but I'll work on that later. But I'm glad I found spots to put most of the stuff, and I keep moving stuff around. I'm like, well, that wasn't too good of a spot, so I move it, and I'm like, oh, that's a good spot. One thing I was thinking about is this table right here. I was almost thinking about taking it out. It's kind of taking up a lot of space, and I think it'd be better if it wasn't here, because then maybe I could put the press here at the front. I'm not sure. I'm just trying to figure out places to put stuff. It's coming along extremely well, but you know, it's just trying to organize the shop. So, and I've already have all the, it's already full. So I threw those totes up there, and what else? Oh, the shell sign. If you guys didn't see that, I'm gonna illuminate this shell sign, but I don't have the backing for it, so I'll probably just get it like a piece of wood and make like a thing. But I'll do the same thing as I did with the Conoco one, because it's supposed to be a light up one, and I have a spare one, so I'll do like a one to sell. So like I did with the Conoco one. People didn't like the sign video, but I like the sign. I unplugged it because I was gonna put the press over there, but then I didn't. I still need to run that to the lights, or I could just run them all to like an extension cord. I don't know yet. So let me get a little bit more stuff done. I think I'm going to clean up the TIG stuff, the cooler and that, and all the stuff for the TIG, and then I'll probably call it a night. The TIG torch, the cooler, the foot pedal, everything is now clean and ready to go. I need to order a cup. One thing I really like about these old TIGs is the leads are like 25 feet long, so I can leave the TIG in this spot right here, and I could weld an exhaust or do something all the way over here, just bring all the cables all the way over, and then I don't have to move that thing. Pretty much, I'll probably never have to move it. So they are huge. I do want to get a newer one. We'll see what happens. I'll list this one and see if it sells. If it doesn't sell, I'll just use it. It is a working unit. Before, when we had it, when I had it over at, when me and Trevor were running the shop together, it was doing some weird stuff, but obviously we found out that it was the bottle of gas that was bad. So I have a good bottle of gas. It's ready to go. I just need to order a cup tonight and order some supplies. I have stainless steel, aluminum, and quite a few. I think I have mild steel filler rod. I have to look. I put it somewhere. It's pretty old. I need to clean it too because it has a bunch of mouse pee and stuff on it. But that is pretty much going to be the end of this episode. I just wanted to get the shop cleaned up. I didn't think it was going to take this long. I thought I was going to be able to get to the FC exhaust, but unfortunately, I didn't expect it to take this long. So it is now 10 o'clock at night. I am pretty tired, so hopefully tomorrow I could finish this stuff up, get everything organized, throw away all that other stuff, scrap all the other stuff, and bring the FC down here and weld an exhaust up, and or I'll probably tack an exhaust and then weld the rest of the exhaust over the college, because I can pack purge it over there. And they have a decent sized cup. My largest cup that I have currently is this one right here that I was using on aluminum a long time ago when I was learning how to weld. So that's not going to really work that well for stainless, because you need to shield it, and if you don't, it just kind of looks, it looks meh. So gonna order that stuff, get everything ready to go for the exhaust. I probably won't have the cup until next week, I will have Hellcat parts next week as well. So hopefully I could tack the exhaust hull up, get it ready to, you know, just weld and everything, and then go from there. But I think the shop is coming along nicely. I'm actually excited how it's coming, and I can't wait to actually get some cars in here. So that's the end of this video. If you like the videos, subscribe, comment below, thumbs up if you liked it. See you next time.